Today, we've got our very first divisional matchup here of this series, and it's against Tyreek Hill and the Miami Dolphins, the fastest team in the league, coming off a 2-touchdown game for Tyreek. Gonna be rocking these alternate orange unis that I like a lot. Remind me a lot of the Tampa Bay throwbacks, and I think they're gonna look really clean here on the field. And this Miami team is gonna be a tough matchup for us. You know, for a brand new expansion team, we have not drawn an easy start to the schedule going from Philly to Miami, but it is what it is. We're facing Miami 2 times a year no matter what, so let's get ready for this matchup. But before we do, we've got some things to take care of, including our very first breakout scenario, and it's going to be for Anthony Jennings, who had a solid week 1. Reporters throughout the week asked us about Tyreek Hill. We're of course not going to try to give Tyreek any bulletin board material. Just going to praise him for the great player that he is. Taking a look at these Dolphins that we'll be matching up with today. Starting with Tua, just an absolutely great quarterback with the accuracy. Not going to miss a lot of throws. Running back, they've got the 2 fastest running backs in the game, and so can't let them find any open space. And then they've also got the fastest wide receiver duo in the game. So the name of this Miami team is obviously their speed. Tight end, pretty weak position for them. Got a good tackle here in Armstead when he's healthy. Overall, really solid offensive line. You know, Armstead may be the only high-end starter, but they got really solid guys all across the board. Defensively here, Christian Wilkins is a very good interior rusher. Ioannidis can stop the run quite a bit. Jalen Phillips, a really solid, athletic pass rusher on the edge. Jerome Baker, been kind of a steady guy for years. Bradley Chubb's solid, of course. Really good corner duo here with Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard. Also have Kohu there. Javon Holland's an awesome young free safety, one of the best in the league. And there you have it. Not a ton of weaknesses. Maybe tight end is the only position they're really below average in the entire squad. And so well-rounded team. Going to be a problem for us throughout this series because a lot of their guys are also quite young. So with all that out of the way, let's actually hop into the game now. Sunday night. So this mismatch on national television, which you'll love to see. Of course, no Bijan in this game as well. And the very first game play of the game is going to be a big time run by Mostert. There is a flag, and it is going to be the dreaded hold. It's going to be a wide receiver hold, bringing back a massive gain from Mostert to start this game. But Miami not going to let that stop them from getting to midfield here. Second down and another. Throw past the sticks for Tua. In field goal range now. Tua finds Tyreek Hill near the first down marker. They're going to say he's just short of it, but Tua doing a great job finding the holes in our defense here early. No incompletions quite yet. Second down now. Tua making a check of the line, flipping the play. Plenty of time in the pocket. He's eventually just going to take the check down, but it's enough to pick up another Miami first. 5 of 5 for Tua. Inside the red zone now on 2nd and 4. Another check by Tua. And this one is going to be incomplete, the first of the game. Christian Gonzalez with the hit to force Waddle to put the ball on the ground. And here's our first third down opportunity. Can we hold Miami to 3? To a very clean pocket once again, and has his man. That little 5-yard intermediate area has been Something we just have not been able to guard so far in this game. And Anthony Jennings going to pick up a sack there. And I think that might already be star because Madden, when you watch or play the games, likes to count sacks as TFLs. They won't when you just sim the weeks, but if you watch or play, they do for some reason. So I think that might be star dev for Anthony Jennings. 3rd and 11. They're just trying to run the ball, and they're going to get close. It will be just short, so it's decision time for Miami. Don't know why I said decision, so weird. But they're keeping the offense out there. 4th and 1. Heavy package for the Dolphins. Going to be a pass and a quick one at that. It's Tyreek in the end zone for the touchdown. He had Raekwon McMillan guarding him, and whenever McMillan's guarding Tyreek, I'm sure the Dolphins are going to love that matchup. And got them to that 4th down, but couldn't get the stop in the end. Miami strikes first in our primetime matchup. So, Kellen Mond, I think he had a pretty solid week 1. Just the turnovers was really the only problem. He had 3 interceptions, but apart from that, I did not mind his play at all. So if he can clean up the turnovers, I like what I'm seeing so far. Keaton Mitchell, the ball carrier there. He was stashed away on Baltimore's practice squad, so we added him to our own to kind of replace the Bijan snaps. He's got some speed to him. Here, though, not able to use the speed. No, that was Tyler Batty. They're taking that 3rd down rush, not Keaton Mitchell. But I'm excited to have Keaton for the next few weeks while we wait for Bijan's return and just to be the RB2 after that. Good speedy back, and I'm surprised Baltimore had him on their practice squad. Miami looking surgical once again here in their 2nd possession this time. Pharaoh Brown with the catch, and they're already in Memphis territory again. Jennings for sure going to have star dev now, no doubt about it. His 2nd sack. Both edges did a nice job collapsing the pocket there on 3rd down, and that's going to force the Miami punt. Defense gets the stop just outside of field goal range. Nicely done. Batty with another carry here, and he gains 6 on it. Solid rush. After the first quarter comes to an end, we've got a 3rd and 1, and it is going to be a 1st down for Mitchell. Run game working all right so far early in this one. Mond has all the space in the world, and he's just going to run right into Sealer there. Didn't like the routes he saw. Going to take the sack, but wish he would have been a little bit more patient there because he had a ton of space. Williams, though, going to gain a lot of that yardage back for a 3rd and manageable. Now you got to like these odds of picking it up at least a little bit. On that one is just past the sticks. We've got a 1st down. Up near the 40-yard line now for 2nd and 8. That's a deep ball, and it's just off the hands of Tyquan Thornton. We had something there. Ramsey celebrating, but that was just a blatant drop from Thornton. Brings up 3rd and long. Protection holds up, and Tyquan Thornton makes the much tougher catch this time. A lot of Dolphins in that area. Needed to be a good throw and a good catch, and we got both this time around. The corner trying not to get there early, and it allowed Thornton to make the catch. Another 3rd and long, though. On the move, that was a good throw, but Xavier Howard with a nice play on the ball. You just got to tip your cap to the nice defensive play, and things are already getting chippy here in this divisional matchup. Achane just jukes out Hartsfield and gets up near midfield just like that. We've seen the speed of both of these backs come into play already, although Mostert, of course, was called back. Gain a 9 there for Tua on 1st down. 3rd down. And another one of these 5-yard routes that we just cannot seem to stop in this game. Oh no, we did stop it. What am I talking about? He dropped the ball. Let's go, Mac Wilson with the hit. It's a fake punt! And an absolute dime by the punter, but it's dropped. What's going on? That was the best throw with an A from the punter. But it was dropped. What an absolute seed on that seam route. From the punter, my goodness. Somebody who has an injury, a quarterback should trade for that punter, man. Get a 2-for-1. Get your backup quarterback and your punter. Mitchell runs for a first down there. 2nd and 5 now. Crossing route to Williams. And we're down in scoring range. Mond gets an unblocked blitz and he fumbles the ball on it. And is recovered by Miami. We had a chance to get on the board here with less than 5 minutes left in the half. But Mond just drops the ball and Baker falls on top of it. Turnovers once again biting Kellen Mond here. Tua on 3rd and 6, gonna run for easily enough yardage for the first down. Gonna be a gain of 10 total for the quarterback. And they're in Memphis territory once again. It seems like they're doing that every possession, and a nice catch over the middle by Cedric Wilson. The 3rd receiver for this team. Doesn't get a ton of action normally, you'd think, with Waddle and Hill on the team. Achane, oh my goodness, we had him dead to rights, but then he just puts his foot in the ground and just outruns everybody. Difference making speed there at the running back spot. To Tyreek. It's going to be just short of the first down, so for the second time in this game, Miami has 4th and a yard or less inside the 5, and they're making the same decision this second time after the 2-minute warning. Going for it once more. Tua making a change at the line. He's got Cedric Wilson in the end zone. And the result is the same. A touchdown on a route to a wide receiver. Just a different receiver making the catch. And Miami, with less than 2 minutes left in the first half, going to take a 2-touchdown lead. The offense still has a chance to make something happen here. 2 backs in the backfield alongside Mond. Has Jalen Reagor on a corner route, but just missed him. Reagor says it's his fault, but I don't know. I saw some separation. Now, Mond, you're going the wrong way. And it's 3rd and 23 from the 7. Just trying to avoid. It's some room for the punter, I guess, but then you run out of bounds. Miami doesn't even need to use a timeout. On the first play of the drive, Tua finds a strike right over the middle of the field to Tyreek. Took the Dolphins just 1 play to get in field goal range now. Under a minute left in the half. And another catch over the middle. This time it's the tight end Brown. And the Dolphins are at the 14. 20 seconds left in the half. Tua going for the corner of the end zone in double coverage. Tipped by Pride and caught by Hartsfield. And we get the turnover. Tagovailoa decided to throw it into double coverage, and he's going to pay. I imagine we're just going to run this clock out here and take the 14-0 deficit. Bad read there by Mitchell. Did not follow the blocks on that run, but it's okay because we're just ending the half anyway. Bad turnover by Mond on really our only scoring opportunity. Miami scored a touchdown off of it. And that's really the difference. Could be 7-7. Instead, we're down 14-0. Need to see more from this offense as they take the field first. Here in the second half. We're in a 3rd and medium to start out the quarter. Come on, plenty of time. Doesn't find anything he likes, though, and just throws it away. At least he avoided the sack, I guess, but a 3-and-out to start the half is not at all what we wanted. Achane gets caught from behind by Anthony Jennings. I know he has the Madden breakout scenario, but he's legitimately having a breakout game. 2 sacks, and then that awesome play diving to catch up with Achane there in the backfield. Like what I've seen from him to start this season for sure. Probably the lone bright spot for us so far in this game as the defense gets another stop. Mitchell just gets swallowed up on that rush attempt. Had no shot there. 2nd and 13. And Mon is getting sacked inside the 10 once more. We can't take these massive sacks deep in our own territory, Kellen. He's going past the sticks, and Tyquan Thornton makes the catch. On 3rd and 23 from the 9, we get the conversion. Holland and Thornton exchanging some words there. What a beautiful throw. Was that cover 2 on 3rd and 23? Bad call there, I think, from Miami. Good carry here from Mitchell on the outside give. 3rd and 5 now from the 42. Mon finds Williams, and that's going to be near midfield. Max Williams, of course, heavily involved in the first game. Not so much here in this one. Mon throws an interception. You've got to be kidding me. The 2 drives that we've looked like we sort of maybe are starting to get momentum, and Mon turns the ball over. That play looked like it had a chance if you just put some loft under it. I mean, Holland's like 12 yards under that route. How is he picking that off? Show a little bit of finesse, Kellen. 3rd and inches after that solid gain to Brown. Full back into the game for Miami. And Mostert easily gets the first. And much like pretty much every possession of this game, Miami once again in Memphis territory. More of this steady 5 to 10 yard offense. It's been working for Miami all game, and they're sticking with it as they should. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Waddle down to the 11. They're just getting themselves in 3rd and short situations, and we just can't get off the field on them. Tua, corner of the end zone, broken up. Troy Pride has made a couple of nice plays here in the end zone. Tipped that first ball that resulted in the interception. Tipped that one as well. 3rd and 10. Can we get a stop here? And that's going to be a sack by Josh Uche. Guess they're going to give him a half. I don't know who else they're signing a half sack to, but they don't deserve it. But regardless, we do get the stop. Miami going to be forced to a field goal here, but it's still going to be a 3-possession game. And at this point, I'm not even trying to win this game. I don't know if that's on the table for us. But can we avoid a shutout here? I mean, 17-0. There's still a chance of winning. I just haven't seen something that would help me think that it will be a win. And especially when you go 3 and out, we have been unable to answer this all-out Miami blitz today. And as we enter the 4th quarter, we haven't even surpassed 50 pass yards. Nor have we surpassed 40 plays run. Miami's been on the field for the majority of these games. These are long scoring drives. We've had just too many 3 and outs, and Miami's just trying to run out some clock here, but they're getting explosive runs. Offensive line has dominated our defensive line today. Haven't heard anything from Jalen Carter, who was solid for us in the first game, but just has not done much for us here. And another massive run by Achane. We can't stop a run. couldn't stop the pass either. 3rd and 2. This is our chance, but Hartsfield just ran. Oh no, that was Troy Pride Jr. Just ran right by him. He didn't even need to juke him. It was just a terrible angle on the tackle. Pursuit. Tua gonna throw his 3rd touchdown here of the game. Didn't even take, a 4th down conversion to do it this time around. 3 touchdowns to 3 different guys. And it's 24-0. Now we're definitely not, in contention to win this game, but can we at least, avoid the shutout? Can we score some points here? Under 8 minutes. This is probably our last true attempt. Just going off how Miami's running the ball. Keaton Mitchell. Gain of 6 to start the drive. We lose a couple on the next play, bringing up 3rd and 8. On protected and finds Rager, who jukes out. Jalen Ramsey, and he's down to the 30-yard line. An explosive play. Haven't heard much from Rager this game. Had that one opportunity that we missed him on earlier, but got separation there and then showed some run after the catch ability. And we're in scoring range just like that. Been waiting on an explosive play from our offense all game long. On 3rd and 10, we're running it, but it's actually going to work. Keaton Mitchell with a nice juke move gets us past the sticks. We're inside the 20 now, trying for the outside run again. This time not nearly as successful. Wilkins gets us for a loss of 3. 2nd and 13. Mitchell's gassed, but we're going to him. Still just trying to run out some clock. I respect it. Just get out of this game. It's not been a pretty one for us. That being said, though, I do want to score here. Come on, to the end zone. Missed Thornton. He had him. There's been a couple of times we could have burned Ramsey, but we just keep missing the throws on it. 4th down. They're not going to go for the easy points. Risking a shutout here, but to try to keep our chances of winning the game alive, and we get the touchdown. Our first points of the game. Let's go. No shutout here in game number 2. Didn't want to have that hanging over our heads. Our first ever division game being, just an absolute blowout with us not scoring any points. Maybe I had a shot there on the 2-point conversion as well, but we're not going to hit it. A 3-score game still with that failed conversion, and so with 4 minutes left, a 3-score game, I'll just sim to the end here and let you know that score would remain the same. 24-6 will be your final. Overall mistakes on offense. We had 2 turnovers in Miami territory in this game. Mond didn't look just overall as good as he did in game 1. And then also the turnovers got him once again. He has 2 touchdowns to 5 turnovers so far this season. That's not going to be a ratio that's going to help you keep your job for long. But I think he looked good when Bijan was there. And it's crazy to think that a running back could make that big of a difference in the offense. But, I mean, the difference is pretty clear to me. I feel like with Bijan versus not with Bijan, the offenses kind of look totally different. We got off to that really hot start until Bijan got injured in game 1 against a good Philly defense. A good Madden Philly defense, I should say. I don't know about real life, but our offense just looked terrible all game long. The few times we were actually able to get something going, Mond would take a massive sack or he'd turn the ball over, and it just never got much going. But we did avoid the shutout, so that's good. This is kind of much more how I thought this team would play. I think as we go through the year, I wouldn't be surprised if that week 1 competitive game ends up being a little bit of a fluke game, and just, they didn't have any tape on us. They didn't know what to expect from this brand new team. But now, as we go through the year, teams will learn what we're trying to do more and more. And of course, with losses comes, minus morale, and our team's just going to get even worse. But the upside of this game is Anthony Jennings gets star development and 20,000 XP. Did not beat our rival game scenario either. So we're going to have -3 play rec and tackle for the next game on defense. Now we're going to start the simulation portion here. Had no simulation last game. Last episode, excuse me. So we'll see how we do. We're going to simulate the next 2 weeks. I want Bijan back for next episode, so we're going to simulate the games that we don't have him. Here, pretty solid. We got a 10-0 lead here on the Jets. But New York answers it here. We've got a 13-7 lead, but the Jets in the fourth quarter are going to get the game-winning touchdown with Aaron Rodgers, something he's done several times in his long career. And for a second, I thought we were picking up our first franchise win. Our defense played an excellent game. Again, I think our defense is actually overachieved for the most part. Early on in this season, I thought our defense would be pretty bad, but they're showing up in these games. It's just that our offense can't quite catch up. This is the first time Mon hasn't had more turnovers than touchdowns in a game, though he tied. Thornton, a solid game, 91 yards on 6 catches. Max Williams with another touchdown. He's the only one catching touchdowns for us here early. We had a fullback and a tight end allowed sack. None from the offensive line. That's interesting. 2 TFLs for Carter. Still waiting on that first official sack, although we know he had one in his first game. Madden just didn't account for it correctly. Christian Gonzalez with his second career interception. Had a few deflections in there as well. No forced fumbles. Close one. So we've been close in 2 out of our 3 games. And we've got some upgrades here to do. Anthony Jennings gets 3 because of that 20 XP breakout. 20,000 XP breakout, excuse me. 20 XP is literally nothing. So we'll go probably 2 to power rusher, 1 to block shed here. And those are some really good upgrades for him. He got +5 power moves and +3 block shed. That's pretty great. His block shedding is up to a base of 76 and his power moves is 77. That's a pretty solid player. A lot of these guys that I signed off the streets were planning on being, 1, maybe 2 year stopgaps, but Anthony Jennings continues to produce, then he's going to continue to play for us. Although, as you saw briefly there, he does not want to sign with us, so we're probably going to have to pay him a decent bit of money, but based on his overall, it's actually not going to be that much money, especially if he's producing. We'll probably get him for really what would end up being a steal. Coach, your team has struggled out of the gate. Who do you blame? Honestly, I think Kellen Mond's a big reason why we're struggling. I think he's made too many mistakes. I think the defense has played well, so I'm going to put some pressure on him here. I think I want to see him again with Bijan before I make any decision about going to Matt Corral or anything. So his leash is getting shorter for sure, but I don't know if it's quite super short where, Matt Corral is going to be starting in the immediate future. But Dallas jumping off to a big lead. They lead 28-3. This game is over. We're going to be 0-4 to end this episode. Still searching for our first win of the season. We've had 2 close losses. We've had 2 blowout losses. But, 3 of our first 4 opponents, Eagles, Dolphins, Cowboys. The only one we really had a shot against was the Jets, and they have a really talented team too, especially if you have Aaron Rodgers at quarterback. This is a brutal start to the schedule for, the Patriots in real life and our Thunderbirds here in this series. Not able to do much on the ground today. Rager had over 50 yards receiving. That was our most there. Tackles gave up a combined 3 sacks, 2 from Remmers. Here we go. Jalen Carter now officially has his first sack. So, got it in game 4. Hopefully that can start to build momentum and he can start racking him up more consistently here, because I'd love for him to be Rookie of the Year. but a little bit of a slow start. You can always turn it around, though. Paris Johnson Jr. gets his first upgrade, and it's a pretty good one. I like that upgrade quite a lot. You can already see morale coming into effect here, but the biggest news is starting next episode, Bijan is back, and I'm excited to see if the offense can look any better with him in it, because it looked really, really bad today. In not only the game that we watched, but the 2 games that we send. Matt Corral starting is certainly something that can happen in the near future, but for now, we will keep Kellen Mond as the starter. I'm going to revert it back to him. Like I said, I want to give him at least one more shot with Bijan in the offense, because I did like what I was seeing from him when that was the case in game 1. Jalen Carter revealed as a superstar. I think El Toro is definitely in his future. I don't like changing, real players, what their abilities are all that much, but dude definitely needs El Toro. I am not biased as an Eagles fan at all. But that's all I've got for this episode. We will be back soon with more Thunderbirds action. And until then, go Thunderbirds.